Have you ever wondered what it's like to win a Formula Drift event? Well, so did I up until recently, and it's not as straightforward as you think. In fact, you're not even allowed to drive your own car back to the pits after the race is over. But let's just start from the top. You battled your way through the field, top 32 to finals. You know you've got the win, so time to do some celebratory donuts and climb the fence, because that's what you do every time you win at a circle track. A little word with Dimitri because of a racing incident, and then the interviews start. So Lorette comes over, you do an interview for the live stream, and you got to remember to thank the sponsors, thank the fans, thank your team for, getting you to this point, and without them, you would have definitely not even been able to compete at this level. And then you hang around for a little bit, and you actually do another interview. So the tricky thing is you end up doing several interviews, but each time you have to remember that nobody has seen the other interviews and they're all kind of in a vacuum. So you kind of say the same things, and you can't get frustrated that you're repeating yourself over and over again because each audience is pretty much different. So the second interview you're doing for Inside Clips, which is the video that Lorette does with the podium winners after every pro and pro spec event. And very quickly, you are then herded into a minivan by Andy Luck, in which case one of your team members has to drive your car back to the pits. You are not allowed because they want to get the podium ceremony over with as quickly as possible, because the fans are also sitting there waiting at the podium for you, the ones that decided to stick around, and hats off to them. So you get to the podium, get up on stage very quickly for the NGK contingency prize money, and then you get on stage for the actual podium. Now, before you accept your trophy, or right after Jared calls you up, you actually give another speech, and again, you gotta talk about what happened, try to remember what happened. It's actually kind of hard, and remember to thank the sponsors, thank the fans, and maybe even give some insight into something that maybe you forgot to say, in the previous two interviews you've already done. Then you spray some champagne, and afterwards you get to do another interview with FD for the video that basically highlights your path to the top of the podium. And then you got to go and do another interview afterwards with Jacob Gettins doing the Outer Zone podcast, and you're actually not done for the night. Go back to the pits. Nobody is there because everybody is putting away all of your stuff from hot pits, because all of the car and the tools and the spare parts, they're all sitting there. So the team gets all of that stuff, puts it away, and then finally you're able to get back to the Airbnb. We decided to celebrate because it was my first win and been hunting for this for a long time. It was a great day. So that's what it's like to win a Formula Drift event, and hope you liked that insight.